Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Class, where learning English is simple and fun. I'm Marco, and I'm so excited about all the things I want to learn in 2026.
And I'm Erica. Hi, everyone. Marco, you look very motivated. What do you want to learn this year?
So many things. I want to improve my English, learn guitar, start cooking, maybe learn some coding. I have big plans.
Wow, that's very ambitious. But, Marco, do you have an actual plan or just motivation?
Um, I have motivation. Isn't that enough?
No. Motivation fades after a few weeks, but a good plan keeps you going all year. That's exactly what we're teaching today. How to build a real learning plan that actually works.
I need this. Let's learn how to plan properly. Okay, Erica, what's the difference between having a goal and having a plan?
Erica, great question. A goal is what you want to achieve. Like, I want to speak English fluently. But a plan is how you will achieve it. The specific steps, the schedule, the actions you'll take every week.
So, a goal is the destination and a plan is the map to get there?
Perfect analogy. And here's why most people fail at learning. They have goals but no plans. They say, I want to learn Spanish, but they never decide when they'll study, how long they'll study, or what they'll study.
That's exactly my problem. I have big dreams but no structure. So, how do we fix this?
Today, we're teaching you 3 essential steps. Step 1. Set SMART goals, not vague wishes, but clear, specific goals. Step 2. Create a realistic weekly schedule that fits your life. Step 3. Track your progress with monthly reviews and celebrate your wins.
This sounds so practical. I love it. And this doesn't just work for English, right? You can use this system for any learning goal?
Exactly. Whether you're learning a language, a musical instrument, cooking, coding, fitness, this system works for everything.
Perfect. Let's start with step one, setting SMART goals.
All right, everyone. Step 1 is setting SMART goals. Marco, have you heard of SMART goals before?
I've heard the word, but I don't really understand it. What does SMART mean?
SMART is an acronym. If you don't know, an acronym is a word made from the first letters of other words. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Okay, that's a lot. Can you explain each one?
Of course. Let's start with S, specific. Your goal should be clear and precise, not vague. A bad goal is, I want to be better at English. A good goal is, I want to reach B2 level in English.
I see. So instead of I want to learn guitar, I should say I want to play 10 songs on guitar.
Exactly. Now, M, measurable. You need to be able to track your progress. How will you know if you're succeeding? For English, you might say, I will learn 1,000 new words, or I will read 5 books in English.
So I can measure my progress and see how far I've come.
Yes. Next is A, achievable. Your goal should be challenging but possible. Don't say, I will become fluent in 3 languages in 1 month. That's impossible. Be realistic.
So if I've never played guitar before, I shouldn't say, I'll perform a concert in February.
Exactly. That's not achievable in such a short time. Now, R, Relevant. Your goal should matter to you. Don't learn something just because other people think you should. Choose goals that align with your life and values.
So I should learn things that I actually need or want, not just what's popular.
Perfect. And finally, T, time bound. Give yourself a deadline. Not someday, but a specific date. Say, by December 31st, 2026, I will. This creates urgency and helps you stay focused.
Okay, let me try. Instead of saying, I want to improve English, I should say, by December 2026, I will reach B2 level English and be able to have 30-minute conversations with native speakers. Is that smart?
That's perfect. It's specific. B2 level 30-minute conversations. Measurable. You can test your level. Achievable. In 1 year? Yes. Relevant. You're teaching English so it matters. And time bound. December 2026.
I love this. It feels so much more concrete than just saying, I want to be better. Now, what's step two?
Step 2 is creating your weekly schedule. Let's talk about that.
Okay, I have my SMART goal. Now I need a schedule, right? How do I create a good weekly learning schedule?
Great question. First, you need to ask yourself, how much time can I realistically dedicate to learning each week? Not in a perfect world, but in your real life.
I work Monday to Friday. I have family time on weekends. Maybe I have 2 or 3 hours per week for learning?
Perfect. That's realistic. Now, here's the important principle: consistency is more important than intensity. It's better to study 15 minutes every day than 3 hours once a week,
Really? Why is that?
because your brain learns better with regular, repeated practice. Think about it. If you practice guitar for 15 minutes every day, you practice 7 days in a row. But if you practice 2 hours on Sunday, you have 6 days with no practice. Your brain forgets.
That makes sense. So I should spread my learning throughout the week, not cram it all into one day.
Exactly. Now, let's create a sample weekly schedule. Marco, when do you have the most energy? Are you a morning person or a night person?
I'm definitely a morning person. I have energy from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., but at night, I'm tired.
Perfect. Then schedule your learning in the morning. Here's a sample schedule for English learning. Monday, 7 a.m. to 15 minutes vocabulary practice. Wednesday, 7 a.m. 15 minutes listening to a podcast. Friday, 7 a.m. 15 minutes reading an article. Sunday, 10 a.m. 1 hour grammar practice and review.
That's only about 2 hours total per week. That seems so manageable.
Exactly. And because it's small and consistent, you're more likely to actually do it. Now, how do you remember to study every day?
Good question. I forget things easily.
Use technology. Set alarms on your phone for 7 a.m. on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Put it in your calendar. You can also find an accountability partner. That's a friend who is also learning something, and you check in with each other.
Oh, I like that. My friend Tom wants to learn Spanish. We could be accountability partners.
Perfect. Every week, you can message each other. Did you study this week? This creates external motivation when your internal motivation is low.
This is so practical. But what if I miss a day? What if I'm sick or too busy?
That's normal. Don't feel guilty. Just start again the next day. The goal is progress, not perfection. Now let's talk about step 3, tracking your progress. Now let's talk about step 3, tracking your progress and doing monthly reviews. This is how you stay motivated all year long.
What's a monthly review? Is it like a test?
Not a test. It's a time when you look back at the past month and ask yourself questions. Here are the 5 important questions. What did I learn this month? What was easy? What was hard? Did I follow my schedule? What should I change for next month?
Oh, so it's like checking in with myself to see how I'm doing.
Exactly. And you should schedule this review on the same day every month. For example, on the first day of each month, spend 30 minutes reviewing your progress.
What if I realize I didn't study much that month? Won't I feel bad?
That's important information. If you didn't study, ask yourself why. Was your schedule unrealistic? Were you too busy? Too tired? Then adjust your plan for next month. Maybe you need to study less time but more consistently.
So it's not about judging myself, it's about learning and improving my plan.
Perfect understanding. And here's another important part, celebrate small wins. If you learned 50 new words this month, celebrate. If you practiced 12 times out of 15 planned times, that's 80%. Celebrate.
How should I celebrate?
Small rewards. Buy yourself a nice coffee, watch your favorite movie, take a relaxing bath. The reward doesn't have to be big. It just needs to feel good.
Colon, I love this. What about bigger milestones, like every 3 months?
Yes, create quarterly milestones. For example, by March 31st, finish this grammar book. By June 30th, have 5 conversations with native speakers. By September 30th, read 1 English novel. By December 30th, take a B2 level test.
So I have small monthly reviews and bigger quarterly checkpoints.
Exactly. This way, you can see your progress clearly, adjust your plan when needed, and stay motivated all year. You're not just dreaming about goals, you're actively working toward them and seeing results.
This system is amazing. I feel so much more confident about 2026 now. Okay, everyone, let's review the 3 steps to building your 2026 learning plan.
Step 1, set SMART goals. Remember, SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Don't say, I want to learn English. Say, by December 2026, I will reach B2 level.
Step 2, create a realistic weekly schedule. Remember, consistency beats intensity. It's better to study 15 minutes every day than 3 hours once a week. Find your best time, morning or evening, and set reminders.
Step 3, track your progress with monthly reviews. On the first day of each month, ask yourself, what did I learn? What worked? What didn't? What should I change? And celebrate your wins.
Perfect summary. Now, everyone, here's your homework. Right now, decide, what is one thing you want to learn in 2026? Just one.
Write your SMART goal. Make it specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. For example, By December 2026, I will learn 1,000 English words and be able to understand English podcasts.
Then, create your weekly schedule. Which days will you study? What time? How long? Be realistic. It's okay to start small.
And here's our challenge: share your learning goal and weekly schedule in the comments. Write, I want to, goal, I will study, days, times. We want to see your plans.
We'll be your accountability partners. We'll read every comment and cheer for you.
Let's make 2026 the year we actually achieve our learning goals.
Wow, Erica, I feel so much better about my learning goals now. I'm going to create my SMART goals tonight.
That's wonderful. Remember, everyone, the difference between successful learners and unsuccessful learners is not talent, it's planning. Anyone can achieve their goals with the right system.
Exactly. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Show up every day, even if it's just for 15 minutes.
And remember to be kind to yourself. If you miss a day, don't quit. Just start again tomorrow. Progress is not a straight line. It goes up and down, and that's normal.
So, everyone, tell us in the comments, what will you learn in 2026? We're so excited to hear your goals.
Don't forget to subscribe to Easy English Class for more practical lessons. Hit the like button if you're ready to make 2026 your best learning year.
Share this with friends who have learning goals. Let's help each other succeed.
We believe in you. You can do this.
Happy learning in 2026.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.